So I think we can safely say, it might be a bit controversial, but there's still a lot of coaches out there who are coaching out of ego, and it's about them and their results and the team doing well because it reflects well. I know what that's like. When the team does well, you think, well, people are going to judge me positively, and I feel happy because the team's won. And if the team's done badly, and very often what happens with some coaches is when the team does badly and players don't do what they're told, then the coach will go and do the rant and the rage and the reprimand and the 8-cuck session. And actually what that is the coach is actually saying to the players, you guys didn't do what I told you to do, or you didn't do it in the way I told you to do it, and because you didn't do that, we lost, and now it reflects badly on me.
Correct.
So I still maintain that a coach reprimanding players is actually doing it out of their own ego, because the players didn't meet his expectation of them. So ego is very much a thing, and I think coaching, we're at our least effective when we're operating out of ego and our agenda.
Correct.
So even that transition is not easy, because just like you can't get rid of fear of failure, I don't think people often say that person's got no ego. I don't agree with that. I think we've all got ego. It's just like fear of failure, how well do we manage our ego, particularly in a leadership or coaching position?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think for me, the biggest coaching challenge that I've had is in the IPL. And because the IPL is, as you know, is a strongly results-based environment.
Yeah.
And, I've found that I've probably taken my greatest coaching learning out of the IPL, because you get put under pressure straight away. You lose a few games. Now there's a desperation to win.
Yeah.
Now, how do you behave through that desperation to win? And in my view as people, we've got one consistency in our lives, and that's who we are as people. And if you lose that consistency and you start to behave differently because you need the result so badly, in my view, then you've lost the people that you're trying to lead.
Yeah.
Because they'll see straight through that. They'll see that desperation.
So that's a very big red flag there, is that if you change as a person because of results as a leader, people see straight through you.
I believe you just expose yourself very, very quickly. Andy Flower, who's a fellow coach and someone that I respect a lot, always used to say to me, he had a belief that you always have to have a bit of mystery about you as a coach. And I think sometimes players, when everyone's looking at the win-lose column, players are watching you. They're watching you behave when we win, and they're watching you behave when we lose. And if they see a lot of inconsistency in that win-lose column, you start to lose credibility.
Yeah.
What they don't like is when you behave the same through the win-lose column. Now they're not sure, and they're thinking, who's this guy? What is he about? Or they might say, that's who he is as a person, and that's what I respect, is that whether we're winning or losing, it's the same person. If it's a new team you're working with, they're checking in and they're saying, geez, normally coaches behave, they're elated when we win and they're grumpy when we lose. But now we've got a guy who's our new coach who's come in and, geez, he just behaves the same whether we win or lose. And I think it's very powerful, because if that's your value system and that's who you are, and you're true to that regardless of the results, that's what we've got. That's the only thing we have, in my view.
Yeah. And again, there's not a blanket one size fits all. You do have coaches who are naturally emotional people, like you have leaders who are naturally emotional. They're heart in the sleeve people. So they are going to tend to be happier when they do well and a bit less happy when they do badly.
I think we all would be, wouldn't we? Yeah.
But you're saying it's not huge highs and huge lows. And that is something I also consistently hear back from players, is coaches who are really happy with wins and really upset with losses lose credibility very quickly. Coaches who are more even-keeled and consistent tend to hold the credibility a whole lot longer. So how we behave around results is significant.
Crucial.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're leading people. I mean, we're not selling a product here. We're leading people. Our product are the people. you know. And so what we're trying to do is we are trying to get the best out of our people, because if they are performing and they're the best version of themselves, it helps the bigger picture, which is what we're driving as coaches. We're driving the bigger picture, which is this team doing well.
Most professional sports today, coaches are hired and fired based on results. Are results the measure of how good a coach is?
Absolutely not. but that's how we measured. You know, which makes it really tough, because, I mean, I would tell you that probably one of the years I enjoyed coaching the most was the year that I got fired at RCB in the IPL. But when, you know, we did all I was interested in, so I took some real positive learnings out of that for my own growth. But one of the things that was always important to me was to make sure that I give the players everything that they've got to be successful. And when we did the feedback on, you know, in those 50 days, whatever it was, did we do everything that we could for the players? And the feedback was really good. It was like they had a great experience, you know, and almost for me, that was like such a tick.
Yeah.
You know, I was so happy that I did what I could to make sure that I gave the players the best chance of succeeding. You know, we ended up doing really badly in the IPL in performances, and I got fired, which, you know, I was disappointed with, because I thought we were on a good road. But you know, these things need to happen quickly. And yes, you are measured by the win-lose column. You know, I always think that, you know, there's some great coaches across all sporting codes that always articulate fantastic stories about a relationship that they had with someone higher up in the organization who backed them even though the performances weren't going well. And it takes a bit of bravery from someone to say, you know what, I think that coach is on the right road, and we need to continue with him. 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 Need to continue with him.